Welcome to Lolo Enki TV, the channel where you can discover controversial stories, issues and news then and now. In this video, we will talk about the latest trending hashtag CancelKorea. Here you can see unpleasant and unacceptable messages floating over various social media platforms. These are just a few of them. The Philippines is a slave state, poor country, non-educated people, short people. No wonder you have no little education. That's why your country will stay poor and won't grow. Stay that way, small mind, with smiley face. And in this video where you can see a Korean boy spitted on our flag, torn it to pieces and stepping on it, well, no wonder CancelKorea hashtag became a trending issue on the internet. We will find this out. How did it start? What made the issue blown out of proportion? Insulting Filipinos, discriminating our race, and tearing our flag? Well, there's more. Mocking our Filipino accent. Is this a war between the Philippines and Korea? Before I continue with this controversial issue, please do not forget to subscribe and press the notification bell to be updated with my next controversial videos. Is South Korea waging war against the Philippines? Let us watch this TikTok video. This is a viral TikTok dance that gained more than 98 million views, where a certain tattoo was seen on the left side of the famous film TikToker Bella Poarch. Everybody thought that the cancel or the hashtag CancelKorea issue sparked from here. Bella received nasty and discriminating comments from Korean people. Because of that, Bella immediately posted another TikTok expressing her sincere apology to Korean people. Well, did you see that tats on the left side? That tats made Korean people call Filipinos uneducated or people with small minds, call Filipinos ugly, short people, call the Philippines as a poor country because of this tattoo. It's not okay, people of Korea. Do you get that? Your people spitted on our flag for the sake of your expression of anger to a tattoo. You trampled our flag, torn it to pieces, and stepped on it just to express your anger to a tattoo. You people are overreacting. Okay, folks, let's analyze the tats. It is a rising sun. It is in the flag of Japan, showing their greatness and power. The rising sun flag symbolizes the sun as the Japanese national flag does. This design has been widely used in Japan for a long time. The design of the rising sun flag is seen in numerous scenes in daily life of Japan, such as in fishermen's banners, hoisted to signify large catch of fish, flags to celebrate childbirth, and in flags for seasonal festivities. It was originally used by feudal warlords in Japan during the Edo period. That means it's from 1603 to 1868 Common Era. On May 15, 1870, as a policy of the Meiji government, it was adopted as the war flag of the Imperial Japanese Army. And on October 7, 1889, it was adopted as the naval ensign of the Imperial Japanese Navy. A modified flag is flown by the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force, and a different version is flown by the Japan Self-Defense Forces and the Japan Ground Self-Defense Force. The flag of Japan and the rising sun had symbolic meaning since the early 7th century in the Asuka period, 538 to 710 CE or Common Era. The Japanese archipelago is the east of the Asian mainland and is thus where the sun rises. In 607 CE, an official correspondence that began with "From the Emperor of the Rising Sun" was sent to Chinese Emperor Yang of Sui. Japan is often referred to as the land of the rising sun. In the 12th century work, The Tale of the Heike, it was written that different samurai carried drawings of the sun on their fans. The Japanese word for Japan is pronounced Nihon or Nippon and literally means the origin of the sun. The character Nishi means sun or day, Hon means base or origin. The compound therefore means origin of the sun and is the source of the popular Western epithet, land of the rising sun. The red disk symbolizes the sun and the red lines are the light rays shining from the rising sun. It is part of Japan's culture and history. But what does it mean to South Korean people? Why is South Korea unhappy with it? In 1905, Japan occupied Korea as a protectorate and 5 years later as a full-fledged colony. The Japanese rule was one of economic exploitation and hundreds of thousands of Koreans were pressed into forced labor to aid the Japanese expansion in other parts of Asia. The brutal regime also saw thousands of girls and young women forced to work in military brothels set up for Japanese soldiers before and during World War II, known euphemistically as comfort women. They were forced into sexual slavery. Aside from Korean victims, the Japanese army also forced girls from Taiwan, China, and the Philippines into the brothels. Many South Koreans associate the rising sun flag with a long list of war crimes and oppression, and see Japan's continued use of the symbol as emblematic of Tokyo's failure to address its past. The flag is one thread in a tapestry of other South Korean complaints regarding Japan's perceived inability or unwillingness to accept responsibility for colonial transgressions, explains Korea analyst Ellen Swicord. South Korea's foreign ministry has described the flag as a symbol of Japanese imperialism and militarism. Meanwhile, a parliamentary committee for sports said it was akin to a symbol of the devil to Asians and Koreans, just like the swastika is a symbol of Nazis, which reminds Europeans of invasion of horror. But why there is no protest from China? Based on historical experience of Japanese invasion, China's reaction to the rising sun flag at the Olympics could be similar to South Korea's. After the Japanese military took the Chinese city of Nanjing in 1937, Japanese troops embarked on a month-long campaign of murder, rape, and looting in what became one of the worst massacres of the war. According to Chinese estimates, around 300,000 people were killed, many of them women and children, and around 20,000 women raped. Yet, there's little protest from China about the flag. The reason is simple politics, explains Professor David Arase from the Nanjing campus of Johns Hopkins University. Chinese media is state-controlled and Beijing is currently working to improve ties with Tokyo. In fact, Chinese President Xi Jinping is planning to visit Japan in spring to meet the new Japanese emperor. That means China does not make a big issue out of it. And hence people wouldn't be primed for any outrage over that flag, Mr. Arasi says. Oh, is it comparable to the swastika? There are arguments for and against. The rising sun flag has been used as a traditional national symbol of Japan for centuries and appears in advertisements and on commercial products. In Germany, the swastika was only used when the Nazis were in power. It is now banned in Germany, and the Nazi symbol is only used by extremist groups. Yet, even though the rising sun flag has a longer history, no one in Japan uses the rising sun flag for any purpose other than romanticizing and rewriting the horrible human rights abuses committed under the Japanese Empire, argues Koichi Nakano, professor of political science at Sophia University in Tokyo. He suggests a better comparison than the swastika is the Confederate flag in the US. That flag was used in the American Civil War by southern states that wanted to keep slavery. The flag is not banned and is still flown across southern states, but critics say it is a symbol of racial segregation and perceived superiority. Alright, we all have different perspectives, different opinion, different ways to accept and correct the past. We cannot change it after all. Let us see some of very disturbing activities of South Korean people over the rising flag of Japan. You can see how Korean people burn the flags of Japan. It is a total disgrace to see these activities, but Filipinos would not care at all if you keep on lingering in the past. Filipino women were also raped by the Japanese soldiers. Chinese women were also raped. Taiwanese women were also raped. But we do not want to remember this brutality by burning Japanese flags. Filipinos are very forgiving people, very helpful. Since Korean people would like to live in the past, please do remember that there were 1,400 Filipino soldiers sent to rescue your country. The communist attack was just too overwhelming. So the British and Puerto Ricans on the left retreated, while the Turkish brigade on the right also fell back. But the Filipinos stayed and kept fighting for Korea. Filipinos were greatly outnumbered. Ratio 40:1. The Filipinos fought hard against all the odds. They held the line, preventing the Chinese people to get more of the Korea. The Chinese army lost 7,000 troops, while the Filipinos only lost 24 soldiers and 26 more were injured. If you were not saved by Filipinos, where do you think you are, Korea? Now that you are a very progressive and rich country and the Philippines is poor, now you say, you are tall and beautiful people and the Filipinos are short and ugly. Now you say, we are uneducated people with little minds. Congratulations, Korea, for being a successful and proud country. Yes, you're right. This poor country sacrificed to save you during the time that you can't even fight for your own country. Yes, these ugly people have queens in all major beauty pageantry like Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss International, Miss Supranational, and many, many more. Yes, you're right, Korean people. These uneducated people are your teachers in our own motherland. You travel to study in our country. In a country of uneducated people with little minds, you say. What do you call yourselves then? Is it painful to know the truth? Well, let me just educate you, Korean people. Inner beauty is better than skin deep beauty. Wisdom is better than head knowledge. And you can keep your wealth with your living and blaming the past. Use your wealth to remember your past and keep on burning flags and look down at people who rescued you. It is not right to say cancel Korea. I do not agree with this. Filipinos will not burn your flags to show that we are hurt. Filipinos will not mock you back to show that we are belittled. Filipinos will not look down on you. Filipinos will continue to be who we are, loving, friendly, happy and helpful people. People who know how to forgive and forget those who wrong us. We say instead, cancel discrimination, cancel burning of flags, cancel dwelling in the past. And this is our controversially trending issues. #CancelKorea. Thank you for watching.